Hey, sweet team members, once you have your Facebook group set up and you have tracked it in Vizzlie and uploaded the template that you want to use, the next step is going to be to make sure that you click on the pencil and change the time zone for which the party is being held. So in this party, it's Eastern time, so I'm not going to adjust anything, but you'll notice that all the times are available. So just use the drop down to do that and then click update once you have put that in. Okay. Once you have inserted the template, when you scroll down, things are going to be pretty rearranged. And what you have to do is you have to readjust the template so that it matches with the timeline for your specific party, which is pretty simple to do. So the first thing that you would do is you're going to click on the post, and you're going to click, say for example, if this was October the 12th and you wanted it to be October the 18th, you're going to actually hit delay, which is the opposite of what you would expect, and you'll see how that works. So see how the original time here is 10:18, and I want to delay it by 1 day, so it's telling me now that the adjusted time is the 19th before it's going to be done. Okay, so when you want to delay the day, which means you're going to make it a future date from the original time, you would click delay. If you want it to be a date prior to the original time, then you actually hit hurry down here. So I'll give you an example of that. Let's say we want this post right here to go out on the 17th. You're going to have to click hurry, and you'll notice that now it's on the 18th, but the adjusted time, if we go by 1 day, which is typically what we'll be using, it now is adjusting it to 10:17. Okay? Now, once you have the original date that you want to be in here, and you've got all of your templates that you're going to use for the posts for those particular days, as you can see here, I've done throughout the party. The next step is going to be to organize the posts so that they come out at the appropriate time, because again, they're going to be out of order until you tell Vizzlie what time you want them to post. And so when you're ready to readjust the order, and we'll look at just the party day for now, just to give you an analogy of this. So let's say this party is on October the 22nd, and we want it to go out in this particular order so that it's matching the party date. So the first post that should go out on the party date would be the day of party midday reminder. Then that's followed with the morning of party flip through books, followed by the 1 hour reminder to the guests, the 30-minute reminder, 10-minute reminder, and then all of your other posts are going to go out in numerical order. So that should be 1 through 13, okay, when you're looking at the party day. Now, in order to get those in the exact order that you want them to post, so starting with the day of reminder, the morning of, the hour, the 30 minutes, the 10, all the way from post 1 to 13, to get them in order, you have to adjust the times to match up with the party. So this particular party starts at 11 a.m. So because it starts at 11, I wanted to do my midday reminder about mid-morning to that time. Okay, so I set the time at 9 o'clock. To set a specific time, you just simply click on the post, you click edit, and this time instead of doing hurry or delay, you just click edit, and you're going to come over here where the clock is, and you can change it to whatever time you need it to be. Again, this party's at 11 a.m., so mid-morning is roughly around 9:01, okay? And so once you've done that, stuff is still going to be out of order. You've got to keep going through your list of things that you want to come out during your party and readjust the times. So now I want my morning of the party post flip through books to show that video for my guests, and so I'm going to take that to 9:31. Again, you're just going to hit edit, and you're going to change the time by using the drop down menu up here. Okay. And then if you hit edit, it's going to readjust that. All right, and so then 1 hour before the party would be 10 o'clock, so I just followed those same steps and changed this to 10. 30 minutes obviously is 10:30. 10 minutes before the start of the party time is 10:50. So I just used that edit function and changed the time to the time that I needed. Okay. Then your party time is going to be your first post, okay? And so again, this party is at 11 a.m., so the first post is going to start at 11 o'clock. All the other posts, 2 through 13, should come out about 4 minutes apart. So you'll notice here that I readjusted the time so that 11:04, my second post is coming out. Then at 11:08, my third. 11:12, my fourth. 11:16, my fifth post is coming out, and so forth, until I get down here to my very last post, which is called off to bed, meaning that I'm getting ready to go. The party's done for the day. Thank you for attending and all of that. Okay, so roughly the party should last about 40-something minutes, and you can scale it out about 3 to 4 minutes apart for the post to come out. Okay. Then as you're finishing up the final days after the party, the very next day you should have the post morning after. So you'll notice right now that that post is not in the correct position. That means I'm going to have to click on it, and I need it to be 1 day sooner than it actually is. Okay, so I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click hurry, because I need this to be 1 day earlier so that it's actually posting the day after the party, which in this case would be October the 23rd. Okay, and because that post was already at an earlier time than any of my other posts for that day, it really just realigned itself. But if that had not happened, then I would have to readjust the time so that that was the first post to go out the day after the party. Okay, now the day following that is when your extension has occurred, because you'll see down here on the day after, we're going to extend the party to give people who weren't able to participate or have been really busy a few extra days to get their orders in, to help our hosts get their free books for their family. So you want to make sure that that's the last post that goes out on the day after the party, and that should always be set at 11:59 p.m. Do not try to set it at midnight, because if you do, it will readjust your entire timeline and you'll have to start all over again. So be real careful about that, okay? And then you'll just notice as you look through here that all of the other posts, once again, are aligned. And I try to set my times up so that there's one first thing in the morning when they wake up, somewhere around lunchtime, somewhere in the early afternoon, and then one before they go to bed at night. So as you take a look at your timelines for each of your days up to the party and after the party, you probably want to set your timeline so that it follows that sort of a pattern. Okay, and then the very last day, you should have the help the host post. And you'll see here that these two are out of order as well, because we want to help the host earlier in the day and the extension and last call in the evening. So once again, to practice this, we're going to click over here where it says help the host, and we're going to edit this so that it's coming out at 8 a.m. instead of 8 p.m. And we're going to click update. And you'll see how now that readjusted, and it's got now the night of extended close, last call, is at 7:01. And we want that to be at 11:59, or excuse me, we want that to be at 8 p.m. that night to give people time to get their order in before they go to bed and before the actual extension has ended. So I'm going to readjust this over here, and then I'm going to hit update. Okay. So now let's just peruse back to the top, and you can see how everything is now in alignment because I have edited all of my times so that they come out sequentially. So the first day of this is going to start on the 18th. You'll see this 7:55, 9 o'clock, 11:30 p.m. The next day, 6 a.m., 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 8:01 p.m. Then the following day is 6 a.m., 11:05 a.m., 8:01 p.m., 9:03 p.m. And then we have the day of the party that we've looked at already. But you'll see as I go down here that all of those times are in sequential order, and they're roughly about 4 minutes apart. Okay? And then same is true again once you get to the day after the party. You want to have everything in sequential order. Okay? As you see here on the screen. And then the following day after that, everything is once again in a sequential order. And then finally, on October the 25th, the last day, you want the Help the Host post to try to encourage people to go ahead and place their order to help your host earn the goal that she has for the free rewards that she wants to get, so that she can get those awesome, amazing Usborne books for her kiddos, so that we can make them as smart as they can possibly be and as happy as they can possibly be as well. Okay? Now, once you have all of your posts in the correct order for the timeline in which you want them to come out in your Facebook group, you also have to come down here to the bottom, and this particular consultant has already input the information, but typically this is going to be red, and so you would have to click here where it's red, and you're going to have to actually enter in the answer. So this particular one is saying replace text in day after party midday reminder, and it says, I hope everyone is excited to shop for these books tonight. Comment below with what your budget would be if your book budget is your house number. Okay, don't forget the party starts at, and you want to make sure that in the replacement you're putting the actual party time to remind your guests when they need to be showing up and participating in the group. Okay, and then you just hit save. And you're going to do the same thing for the shopping link. So remember, this is going to change for every single party, because every single party you have, you should have set up an e-commerce link specific to that host. Okay, so you'll copy this shopping link directly out of your e-commerce site by simply clicking on events and then locating the name of the host and copying and pasting from the event that you've previously created. So this one again would have been red, but this host has already put, this consultant rather, has already put this information in. So once you put the replacement in, it automatically adjusts what goes out in the post in the Facebook group. And so you're just going to do that for each of the text replacements down at the bottom. And once you have all of that done, then you are going to be able to come back up here to the top of the party, and once you've made sure everything is correct, okay, because just keep in mind, once the post goes out in your Facebook group, you cannot edit the template. So you do want to check and probably recheck your Vizzlie to make sure that everything is in the correct order before you toggle over and hit posting is turned off to where it says posting is turned on. Okay, and when you're ready to do that, then you can just click I confirm that I want to turn on automated posting, and you click continue, and then Facebook will put your post out to all the guests within that party at the time that you specified. I hope that this was helpful for you to get your party going. There's a lot to learn to begin with, but it is awesome to use this Vizzlie because you don't have to worry about getting all this stuff out and redoing it every single time as you are having a party. And what you just heard happen was a post going out in Facebook. There's another one. Please let me know if you have any questions. Ciao, ciao for now. Bye-bye. Jennifer Holly, Books with Grace.